Hello everybody, I am back to making videos after being absent for 9 months. I'm very sorry. But now that the Wi-Fi bill is in my name, we are back to our regularly scheduled content, or I'll try. Today I'll be designing a manga character with dice for a work in progress manga I'm making with my friend Luminary Lace. You can go check them out on Instagram. Just don't expect this manga to come out anytime soon. This is a project we work on whenever we want. We will be using my impulse bought D&D dice that I have for pure decoration. Let me break down the rules Luminary Lace explained to me for this challenge. Luminary Lace and I have a list of questions, and depending on the number we rolled, we'll get an answer. 1 to 10 is yes, 11 to 20 is no. We'll be using the 1 to 10 dice and then this other dice for the rolls. To determine the sex of the character, 1 to 10, male, and 11 to 20, female, we also have a list with a bunch of personality traits. Here they are. For those lists, we roll twice. One for a negative trait and the second roll for a positive trait. I know this is a bit confusing, but stay with me now, okay? We also made a list of 6 colors, which are 1, green, 2, blue, 3, red, 4, purple, 5, white, 6, orange. That's 6 colors. We roll 1 through 6, and depending on what number it lands on, we'll determine the hair color and eye color. We would also roll 1 through 10 to determine the range of the color. I apologize, that was a lot, even for me, but let's get started. Let's start with general questions and their answers. Are they female or male? I rolled female, Luminary Lace rolled male. Are they a background character? 1 through 5, background, 6 through 10, side character. Both Luminary Lace and I got side character. Now, their personality traits. For the positive traits, again, you roll twice, and then you add up the numbers from the list of traits, and the result is the final trait you're stuck with. So for me, it was 17 plus 0 equals 17, and that would be the trait for cool, and 12 plus 18 equals 30 for curious. Luminary Lace got 18 plus 11, that equals 29 for exotic, and 5 plus 10, which is 15 for bold. And now for the negative traits, it's the same for me. It was 20 plus 17 equals 37 for frail, and 3 plus 4 equals 7 for angry. Luminary Lace got 1 plus 1 equals 2 for armed, and 15 plus 19 equals 34 for melodramatic. Time for some physical traits so that we can get a clear appearance for our characters. I rolled 4, so I got purple hair, and I also rolled for a mid-range purple. Luminary Lace got white and rolled for a darker range, so the official hair color would be a dark gray. For the eyeball colors, I rolled 5, so it would be white, and for the color range, I got a light gray. Luminary rolled 3, so that would be red, and she also rolled for a mid-range. Time for some random questions to know more about the characters, and then we can start drawing soon. I promise. I asked if she was blind, because of her eye color. So the question was, is she blind? And the answer was yes. I also asked, is she an apothecary? The answer was no. Does she come from a wealthy family? Answer was no. Does she make any money? Answer was no. My girl is broke, apparently. So our story is set in the Regency era, aka England. So I did ask, does she work for the Queen of England? The answer was yes. So that will be an interesting plot. Here are the answers for Luminary's questions. We also asked some questions to see how they connect to our story. Here are my question and answers. Do they become friends, aka Luminary's character and my character? The answer was yes. Is she friends with Octarius? Answer is yes. Is she friends with Dominicus? The answer was also yes. And now here are the questions Luminary asked. Is he friends with Dominicus? Answer was yes. Is he friends with Amelia and Fran? Answer was yes. Do they become friends? Just to confirm, yes. Is he friends with Octarius? No. And here are some extra questions to get to know more about our characters. Does she have long hair? Yes, she does. Is she a lady in waiting? Yes. Here are Luminary's extra questions. Does he have long hair? Yes. Does he work for the palace? Yes, he does. The age for these characters we chose ourselves, they are roughly around 25 years old. That was a lot. Oh my god. Now we can start drawing. Finally. I made a sketch of my character just to get a general idea of how my character would look like. I also gathered references of the dresses ladies in waitings would use if they were serving, directly under the queen. Since she is a manga character, I first drew her in a manga style, and then I did a colored version. For today's drawing, I was heavily inspired by, excuse my pronunciation, Neko Kurage, the illustrator for the Apothecary Diaries, because it's one of my favorite mangas and shows of all time. But I could go on about the Apothecary Diaries, so I better not. Because we will be here forever. This video would be an hour long. I did mention two characters earlier, Dominicus and Octarius, from our questions that you might not know who they are. If you are new around here or don't follow me on Instagram, shameless plug, these are the main characters of our manga Luminary Lace and I are making. I might make some more videos
about them, but I'm not too sure. We'll see. It's just not a very developed story, but we do talk about these characters a lot, and we do have a lot sort of in our heads and a general idea of what we want this manga to be, but we haven't developed a lot.
But seeing how we could fit these two new characters we created will be an interesting challenge in itself when we are creating this manga. After I finished the manga version, I moved on to the colored version, of course using everything I rolled for, and we had creative liberty for the outfits. A good color combo for purple is yellow. I think those two colors fit quite well together, so her dress is yellow with hints of gold. And I know what you're thinking. Gold? Isn't she broke? She still works for the queen, guys. She could have gone broke after coming from wealth, but that's something I'll have to develop as the story goes on. So I will just see what happens, but she still works for the queen. She can't look like poor at the end of the day. Here is Luminary Lace's finished character, and here is mine. Don't they look cool? Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, I'm sorry for the disappearing act, and if you're new here, welcome, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out!